Welcome all. This presentation is about integration between Oracle Utilities Work and Asset Cloud Service and Oracle Fusion Cloud. In this session, we will go through the hybrid procure-to-pay integration between Oracle Work and Asset Cloud Service and Oracle Fusion Cloud. I will give brief overview about individual components of the flow. We have used use cases to depict some of actual scenarios in the industry, which may not align directly with all the customers. My name is Divyanshu Chapia. I am product manager that plan, oversee and guide different stakeholders to manage integrations of different Oracle utility products. New digital transformation and standards across industries have pushed organizations to adopt to the changes that demand in technology. Having multiple legacy systems in organization affect the business visibility and also reduces the overall efficiency in operations. Few of the tasks are duplicated across system, making it more redundant. Information is not tracked and gets lost as it is not integrated and does not allow to make informed decision. Thus, an integration between these legacy systems allow to capture structured data in one system and manage business efficiently. Oracle Utility Work and Asset Management now has functionality to use pre-built integration with Oracle Fusion Cloud. How will this integration help utility business? First, customer will be offered with an end-to-end hybrid integration for procure-to-pay. Second, optimize procure-to-pay process by providing enhanced visibility and lowering process cost. Third, Oracle Fusion Cloud Procurement is an integrated source to settle suit that automates business processes, enables strategic decision, improves supply relationship management, and simplifies business, resulting in lower risk and improved savings and greater profitability. Real-time access to invoices and payment gives advantage in supporting global finance operations. Fourth, it eliminates redundancies and improves centralizing control. Let us visit each solution component individually. Let me give an overview of all the integration flows for Procure-to-Pay. Integration is supported using Oracle Integration Cloud as middleware. The flow represented in Oracle Integration Cloud are part of Procure-to-Pay cycle. Vendor, purchase order, and agreements are initiated from Oracle Fusion Procurement Cloud, whereas purchase requisitions, receipts, returns are initiated from Oracle Work and Asset Cloud Service. Invoice and invoice payments are initiated from Oracle Fusion Financial Cloud. Let's visit each flow using a business use case. In this use case, we go through the journey of purchase requisition to purchase order. For the hybrid integration, inventory is master in Work and Asset Cloud Services. Hence, all the purchase requests are created in Work and Asset Cloud Service. In the above example, let's say field crew query for a material required to complete field work. We have demonstrated this using demo that we will give after this slide. He sees in the system that there was a stock out and purchase request is already in place using the reorder matrix point. The purchase request is approved by Petra in VAX. Once the requisition is approved and sent to external system, Oracle Integration Cloud invokes the REST API in Procurement Cloud. It creates an already approved purchase requisition in Fusion. Buyer in Fusion will pick the requisition in the queue and place a purchase order with the vendor. Once the purchase order is approved, it will trigger a business event sending the message to OIC. OIC again invokes the REST in Work and Asset Cloud Service and creates an issued purchase order. Let's see the demo for Procure-to-Pay integration flow. Log into Oracle Work and Asset Cloud Service with user credentials. Enter the username and password. Navigate to Purchase Requisition page in Oracle Work and Asset Cloud Service. Click Add to create a new requisition in Purchase Requisition page. Let's create a general purchase requisition type using a blanket. Select the blanket that you want to use for the supplier. Enter all the other details in the requisition and click Save. On saving the purchase order, you will be taken to purchase requisition line. You can enter the line details here. Enter the details of purchase order line like stock item number and other details. Once all the details are entered for the purchase equation header and purchase equation line, submit the requisition for approval. We can see once the requisition is approved, the status of requisition changes from created to sent to external system. Once the status is updated to sent to external system, the requisition is non-editable within Work and Asset Cloud service. To send this purchase requisition to Oracle Integration Cloud, we need to run batch job in Work and Asset Cloud service. Message is received in Oracle Integration Cloud. Once the instance is created in Oracle Integration Cloud, it transforms the payload to Fusion payload based on the data mapping. Using the REST invoke for requisitions, purchase requisitions is created in ERP with approved status. Let's log into ERP using the proper user credentials. Navigate through procurement module and open purchase requisition page. Click on the requisition that was created using the integration. You can see the requisition is created in approved status. In the purchase requisition line level, you can see the wax references are also populated with the blanket which was used to create a requisition in Work and Asset Cloud service. As we have used blanket purchase agreement to create the purchase requisition, the purchase order will be created automatically from the requisition. If you find on the header, you will see the order number for the purchase requisition is already populated. Click on this purchase order to go to the purchase order. Purchase order is in approved status. Review the purchase order header and purchase order line. As soon as the purchase order is approved in Fusion Cloud, there is a business event which gets triggered in the backend. This business event creates an instance in Oracle Integration Cloud which sends all the information for the purchase order. Log in back to purchase order screen in Work and Asset Cloud service. In this integration, the purchase order number created in Fusion will be same for the purchase order in Work and Asset Cloud service. The design enables using the same purchase order number in WAX, which could relate back to Fusion. Enter the purchase order number created in Fusion and click search. Review the purchase order header and line. You will see that the purchase order is already in issued status. As inventory is master in Work and Asset Cloud service, let's create receipts for this purchase order. Create receipt header and click save. Clicking save will take you to the receipt line page. On the receipt lines, click add lines to receive your purchase order lines. Select the purchase order line that you want to receive for the receipt. Once the line is added to the receipt lines, enter the quantity that has been received. Click complete to close the receipt once completed. Let's come back to Fusion and see how the receipt that was created in Oracle Work and Asset Cloud Services is created in Fusion. Navigate to Supply Chain Execution. Within Supply Chain Execution, go to Inventory module and search with the expected received shipments with the receipt number or your purchase order number. You can see the receipt is created in Fusion. As we know that the receipt is now created in Fusion as well. To complete the complete purchase order procure-to-pay life cycle, we would now want to create invoice and its payment in ERP. Navigate to Invoices within Payables module. Click on Create Invoice to create a new invoice. Fetch the PO number for which the invoice need to be paid. After entering all the invoice header details, go to Invoice Lines. Select the line for which the invoice needs to be created. Once the invoice is created, go to Invoice action and validate your invoice. Upon successful validation, Fusion Cloud will trigger an instance in OIC. Using this business event, the information regarding the invoice is shared to WAX. Now let's review this invoice in Work and Asset Cloud Service. Navigate to Invoices in Work and Asset Cloud Services. Search with the invoice number and open the invoice. You can see that the invoice created in Work and Asset Cloud Service is created with postage status. Take a note, as of now the payment is not done. That's the reason the AP information section is coming blank. Once we make the payments, we will again revisit this section and see how the payments are reflected. You can see the invoice lines and the text lines are created in invoice line section in Work and Asset Cloud Service. Let us create the payment for the invoice that we created. Go to the Payables module. Under Payables, click Payments. Enter all the information related to payments. Add the invoices that needs to be paid in this payment cycle. Click Save and Close once the payment is done for the invoice. As we had seen earlier, in the AP information section for the invoice in Work and Asset Cloud Service, it was blank. Now, let's revisit that same page and open the invoice. In the invoices, open the invoice that we are trying to query. We can now see that the AP information is reflected on the invoice. Thanks for reviewing this demo. We will now continue with the further slides on other Procure-to-pay integration flows. All the other flows are designed similar to how we saw purchase requisition and purchase order. In the case of vendors, once the vendor is approved or spend authorized in ERP, the integration will include the vendor record in the file used to extract the information from Fusion. OIC picks up the file and transforms the payload to create the vendor and vendor locations in WAX. The vendor and blanket contract agreement integrations are required to be done prior to all the other flows in the procure-to-pay integration. As mentioned earlier, inventory is controlled in Work and Asset Cloud Services. So, receipt and returns are initiated in WAX. Warehouse will create receipt or return for the goods received in Work and Asset Cloud Service against the purchase order. This information of the receipts and return is synced with Fusion using Oracle Integration Cloud. Purchase order status is updated based on the receipt and return within Fusion. Once the purchase order are received and the status are updated in Fusion, vendor invoices are created in Oracle Fusion. As Fusion is master for financials, invoice and payments are both created in Fusion and synced with Work and Asset Cloud Service. Invoice, its text line, and payments are updated on the invoice in Work and Asset Cloud Service. In the next slides, we have included few links for your references. You can go to these links for further information. Refer these links for additional information on integrations. Thank you everyone for attending the presentation.